All right, it's 5:30 something in the morning. It's not 6 o'clock, it's 5:41 on Sunday, and we are headed home, getting gas.
Sing. Huh? You have to make him question.
Nate's ready to go. You ready to go, Nate?
No.
No? You ready to move to Utah?
Yep.
Shane is sort of awake. We got everything loaded up, getting fuel, putting fresh diesel in Trevor's pickup. Hopefully we got all the DEF out of the diesel tank. Huh? No, I should have. We're out of here. Okay, got home from the Trail Hero from Hurricane, Utah, and put the Jeep up on jack stands and started digging into it. So the last day at Trail Hero, I had some kind of really bad grinding noise, and I think I figured it out. So I've got a two-piece front drive shaft, and I've got a carrier bearing, and I'm pretty sure, let me show you, let me carry you over here. I'm pretty sure I figured out what all the grinding was. So I dropped my skid plate, and on top of my skid plate, here, I'll show you. I'm pretty sure that that is the seal from the bearings out of the carrier. It held together the last day, thank goodness. And I've got the parts on the way, so we'll get this fixed up before the Fire and Ice run in Hot Springs, Arkansas in December, hopefully. So we'll see. Got a little bit of work to do. My carrier bearing, I overheated my transmission. I got transmission fluid on the top of my skid plate. I got to figure out what's going on there. I think I just overheated it. So I'll replace that, get it all cleaned up, and hopefully I could figure out why I lost my carrier bearing. So stay tuned. I'm going to crank up the crawler, and I'm going to show you what's going on. So here we go. Hang on. It's in park. All right. Started. Take you over here. I'll show you what's going on here. I can put it in gear. All right, it is in gear. Let me show you. Drive shaft is really wobbling. Carrier bearing, it's really wobbling. I don't know if that's from my front drive shaft being wobbly, or if that shaft from the transfer case just isn't true. Either way, it's looking pretty rough. I got to replace that. Got the parts on the way. So stay tuned, and we'll go ahead and replace this and see how things work out. Whew. At this point, I pulled my carrier bearing out of the buggy and broke out the plasma torch and tried to cut the bracket off the carrier assembly. I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. I quickly realized that the consumables on my plasma torch probably needed to be replaced. The tip was giving me a problem, and it cut any which way but straight, and ended up getting on my camera and jacking up my lens. But I finally got it off. So here I am grinding the weld off of the carrier assembly that I just cut the bracket off of. So I like to use a little flat disc on a 4.5-inch angle grinder, and that made quick work of all the weld slag, and turned out pretty good. So you saw me grinding and trying to clean up that carrier housing. I got that stuff all done, and I ended up having to take that short shaft that I showed you that was wobbling really bad down to a drive shaft shop. I found a place just north of Houston. So if anybody in the area is looking for a decent drive shaft shop, there's a place called Gilbert's Drive Shafts off of Fulton, which is just north of 610 in the Houston area. It did a pretty good job for me. I haven't installed it yet, so not sure how it's going to work out. Welds look really good. He was very prompt, dropped it off on Monday, and picked it up on Tuesday. You know, I could have done it myself again. That would have been the third time. And I just don't have the time, nor do I have the patience to try and get that thing perfectly straight. And he seemed like he was a pretty stand-up guy. Great reviews on the internet. And so I tried him out. So here's what it looks like. Let me show you. This is the carrier assembly that I was grinding on earlier. And this is something that I bought from Wide Open Designs. Those guys are awesome. I've gotten some lower aluminum links from those guys. I've gotten two of these things. Their first one, which lasted me quite some time. This is the second one. I've only got 2 runs on it, and I burn out the bearings, as you know. And called them up. They've always been really helpful on the phone. They don't try and put you off. I can't stand people that you get on the phone and it's like all they want to do is get off the phone. So they've been really good to me. Got this, got a few more bearings, so I'm set for those parts. And let me show you my drive shaft, or that, I don't know what you call it, short shaft. This is what old Gilbert did for me. So it's in phase, and it looks to be welded pretty straight. I'm going to install it and we'll see how it goes. At any rate, the next video I'll show you all this stuff installed, and we'll take a look and see if this is really gonna fix my issue. Again, we are trying to get ready for the Fire and Ice Run up there in Hot Springs, Arkansas at the ORV park. We've been the last 3 years. It's always a great time, and looks like this year we're going to have a good group. So I got to get this stuff installed and get my junk ready to go. So with that, stay tuned, and I'll show you what it looks like after I get it installed. Thank you.